Welcome back to Utah Jazz News. A fresh trade proposal has sparked conversations around the NBA, suggesting that the New York Knicks could bolster their roster by acquiring two key Utah Jazz players, Jordan Clarkson and Walker Kessler. The Knicks, who are aggressively positioning themselves as contenders in the Eastern Conference, are reportedly looking to add more win-now pieces to compete with the Boston Celtics and other top teams. After securing a blockbuster trade for Karl Anthony Towns, swapping him for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, the Knicks are still eyeing upgrades. Their current roster is solid, but has a few gaps to fill. With backup center Mitchell Robinson possibly on the trade block, the Knicks may have enough assets to make another big move, this time targeting the Jazz. Since 2022, the Utah Jazz have been walking a fine line between being competitive and leaning toward a rebuild. They've started the past two seasons strong, but shifted gears toward tanking after February, likely aiming to improve their draft position. The proposed trade, which would see Clarkson and Kessler swapped for Robinson, Pacoma Dadiet, Tyler Kolek, and future draft picks, presents an intriguing opportunity for both teams. Here's the proposed trade breakdown. New York Knicks receive Walker Kessler, Jordan Clarkson, Utah Jazz. Receive Mitchell Robinson, Pacoma Dadiet, Tyler Kolek, 2026 second-round pick, 2028 second-round pick. This deal could allow the Jazz to focus more on their future by acquiring young talent and future picks, while the Knicks would get two proven players to strengthen their current roster. Jordan Clarkson has been a standout for the Jazz, averaging 17.1 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 5.0 assists per game last season. His ability to both score and create for teammates has made him a valuable asset, and he's also evolved into a solid leader for the team. If he were to join the Knicks, Clarkson could provide them with much-needed depth and playmaking ability off the bench, or even as a starter. His experience and scoring prowess would complement players like Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, giving the Knicks more versatility in their backcourt. Walker Kessler has proven himself to be an elite interior defender, averaging 8.1 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game last season. Despite his defensive prowess, the Jazz have experimented with more versatile options at his position, like John Collins. For the Knicks, Kessler would be an ideal backup center, offering them a defense-first option behind Karl Anthony Towns. His role would allow him to focus primarily on protecting the rim and grabbing boards, making him a valuable piece in high-stakes playoff matchups. For Utah, this trade could mark a significant step toward rebuilding for the future. The Jazz would receive two young players with high ceilings in Pacoma Dadiet and Tyler Kolek. Dadiet, an exciting 19-year-old prospect from Germany, has the potential to develop into a standout two-way player. Meanwhile, Kolek, who excelled at Marquette with averages of 12.9 points and 7.5 assists per game, could become a steady contributor for the Jazz's young core. Additionally, Mitchell Robinson brings experience as a solid defensive center, averaging 8.5 rebounds and 1.2 blocks per game last season. While his contract has 2 years remaining, the Jazz could use him as a short-term asset, potentially increasing his trade value for future deals. This proposed trade presents benefits for both the Jazz and the Knicks. For New York, acquiring Clarkson and Kessler would provide depth and strengthen their defense, making them a more formidable contender in the East. On the other hand, the Jazz would acquire promising young talent and future draft assets, giving them the flexibility to build toward long-term success. While the trade may not seem immediately likely, it's clear that both teams have a lot to gain if the right deal comes together. Whether or not this specific trade happens, the Utah Jazz are in a prime position to make moves that could shape their future for years to come. So that's all, folks. What do you think of this news? Do you think the Jazz should keep Clarkson and Kessler or try to trade them? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Utah Jazz News for more updates, analysis, and insider info on your favorite team. We have a lot of exciting content coming as the season approaches, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Jazz.